Section 12 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 is not applicable. Option A, where the transfer is by way of sale, where the transfer is by way of gift, where the transfer is by way of exchange, where the transfer is by way of lease. Here at option D, section 12 will not be applicable. Other options, sale, gift or exchange, section 12 will be applicable. Question number 102. Which one of the following sections of Transfer of Property Act 1882 is concerned with the transfer to the benefit to unborn child? Options are section 13, section 14, section 15, section 16. Correct answer is section 13. Question number 103. Whether a transfer can be made in favor of an unborn person? Options are yes, by machinery of trust, yes, guardian has got to be appointed first, none of the above. Correct answer is option A, yes, by the machinery of trust. Question number 104. Transfer of property for the benefit of an unborn person can be made by creation of a prior interest in favor of a living person for any period, vesting the right directly to the unborn, creating of a prior interest in favor of a living person till the existence of unborn person, either to the unborn or to a living person. Here correct answer is option C, that is creation of a prior interest in favor of a living person till the existence of unborn person. Question number 105. For creating an interest in favor of an unborn person, which of the following is essential? Creation of a prior life interest in favor of a living person. Unborn person must be born before the termination of the last prior life interest. Absolute interest is to be given to unborn person. All of the above. Here correct answer is option T, that is all of the above. Question number 106. In which section rule against perpetuity was propounded? Options are section 12, section 13, section 14, section 15. Correct answer is section 14. In section 14, rule against perpetuity is propounded. Question number 107. Rule against perpetuity given under the Transfer of Property Act 1882 does not affect any rule of Hindu law, Mohammedan law, Christian law, none of the above. Correct answer is option B, that is Mohammedan law. Question number 108. No transfer of property can operate to create an interest which is to take effect after the lifetime of one or more persons living at the date of such transfer. These provisions come under rules against retrospective transfer only, rules against perpetuity, rules against prospective transfer, none of these. Correct answer is option B, that is rule against perpetuity. Question number 109. Rule against perpetuity is a rule against transfer of property, rule favoring transfer of property, rule fixing the maximum period of time for which the vesting property can be postponed. Correct answer is option C, that is rule fixing the maximum period of time for which vesting of property can be postponed. Question number 110. Rule against perpetuity is applicable to movable property, immovable property, both movable and immovable properties, de-transfer for the benefit of public. Here the correct answer is option C, that is both movable and immovable properties. Question number 111. Rule against perpetuity prescribes that every transfer of immovable property must be by registered document. Every transfer of immovable property must be in writing. No transfer of property can operate to create an interest which is to take effect after the lifetime of one or more persons living on the date of such transfer. None of the above. Here correct answer is option C. Question number 112. The rule against perpetuity do not apply to which of the following? Movable properties, charities, immovable properties, all of the above. Correct answer is option B, that is charities. Question number 113. Which one of the following is an exception to the rule against perpetuity? Permanent transfer for gift, personal covenants, preemption, all of the above. Correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Permanent transfer of gifts, personal covenants, preemption, all are then exception of rule against perpetuity. Question number 140. Rule against perpetuity is not applicable to a case where property is transferred for the benefit of the public, interest in property is created generation after generation, transfer of property purport to be effective beyond minority of ultimate transferee who is not in the existence, interest are date of transfer, contingent interests are created by transfer. Here correct answer is option A, that is property is transferred for the benefit of the public. Here rule against perpetuity will not be applicable. Question number 115. With the reference to the Transfer of Property Act, Ram Baran versus Ram Mohit AIR 1967 is a case for nemo dat quod non habet, rule against perpetuity, elections, easements. Correct answer is option B, that is rule against perpetuity. Question number 116. Section 14 of Transfer of Property Act provides for the rule against perpetuity. Reason: this rule is based on public policy. Here both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. So option A will be the right answer. Question number 117. A transfers his property to B for life and thereafter to his unborn son for life. In this case of transfer, the property to the unborn son is, options are valid, illegal, voidable, void. Correct answer is option D, that is void. Question number 118. Rule against double possibilities was recognized in which of the following cases? Option are Girejesh Datta versus Datadeen, Whitby versus Michel, Ardisar versus Jaddaboy, Sofer versus Administrative General of Bengal. Here correct answer is option B, that is Whitby versus Michel. The rule against double possibilities was recognized. Question number 119. Under TPA, which one of the following is correctly matched? Condition restraining alienation section 9, rule against perpetuity section 14, conditional transfer section 25, option D, none of the above. Correct answer is option B, that is rule against perpetuity is given under section 14 of TPA. Question number 120. Which one of the following section of TPA deals with the direction for accumulation? Options are section 14, 17, 19 or 18. Here correct answer is option B, that is section 17. Question number 121. The principle of section 17 of the Transfer of Property Act based on which one of the following cases? Option are Girejesh versus Datadeen, Chamaru Sahu versus Sona Quer, Teluson versus Woodford, none of these. Here correct answer is option C, that is Teluson versus Woodford. Question number 122. Under which section of Transfer Property Act there is a restriction for accumulation of property beyond a certain period? Options are section 17, section 14, section 20, section 25. Correct answer is option A, that is section 17. Question number 123. Provision of longer period in the matter of accumulation of property under section 17 of Transfer Property Act amounts to 18 years, 20 years, 22 years, 25 years. Correct answer is option A, that is 18 years. Question number 124. Which section creates exception of the restriction of section 14, 16, 17 of TPA? Options are section 15, section 19, section 17A, section 18. Correct answer is section 18, that is option D. Question number 125. According to section 18 of TPA, the provisions of some sections shall not apply in the case of transfer of property for the benefit of the public in the advancement of religion, knowledge, commerce, health, safety or any other object beneficial to mankind. These sections are, here correct answer is option B, that is section 14, section 16 and section 17. Question number 126. In case of transfer property for the benefit of the public, which of the following restrictions shall not apply? Rule against perpetuity, transfer to take effect on failure of prior interest, direction of accumulation. Here correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 127. A vested interest is not defeated by the death of a transferee before he obtains possession is provided in which of the following section of TPA? Options are section 18, section 19, section 20, section 21. Correct answer is option B, that is section 19. Question number 128. A transfer the property to B in trust for C and directs B to give possession of the property to C when he attains the age of 25. C's interest in the property is vested. Option B is the correct answer. Question number 129. A by settlement deed transfers property to P for life, then to S. S dies before P dies. On the death of P, the heir of S claims the property. Is the claim valid? Options are valid since S interest is heritable, invalid since S interest is contingent, invalid since settlement deed is vague, none of the above. Here option A is the right answer, valid because S interest is heritable. Question number 130. Where on a transfer of property an interest therein is created in favor of a person without specifying the time when it is to take effect, or in the terms specifying that it is to take effect forthwith or on the happening of an event which must happen, such interest is contingent interest, vested interest, perfect interest, agreement to sell. Correct answer is option B, that is vested interest. Question number 131. A man gives his property to a temple subject to the condition on the death of his wife. What is created by the transaction? Spec successions, contingent interest, vested interest, none of the above. Correct answer is option C, that is vested interest. Question number 132. Under the TPA, when can an unborn person acquire vested interest on a transfer for his benefit? Options are upon his birth, upon completing the majority age, upon his marriage, none of the above. Correct answer is option A, that is upon his birth. Question number 133. Section 21 of the Transfer Property Act 1882 contains provisions relating to contingent interest. A is the right answer. Question number 134. Contingent interest in the property becomes a vested interest on the happening of an uncertain event. When the happening of event becomes possible, impossible, probable to happen, all of the above. Here correct answer is option B, that is impossible. Question number 135. Where on a transfer of property an interest therein is created in favor of a person to take effect only on the happening of a specified uncertain event, the transfer is called as contingent transfer. Question number 136. Which of the following is not correctly matched? Options are rule against perpetuity section 14, conditional transfer section 24, vested interest section 19, contingent interest section 21. Here conditional transfer, that is option B, is not correctly matched. Other options are correctly matched. Question number 137. Section 25 of the Transfer Property Act deals with condition precedent. Section 25 of the Transfer Property Act deals with condition precedent. Question 138. A lets the farm to B on a condition that he shall walk 100 miles in an hour. The lease is void under section 23, under section 24, under section 25, none of the above. Here correct answer is option C, that is under section 25 of TPA. Question number 139. Which of the following is the example of valid conditional transfer? Options are A let farm to B on condition that he shall walk 100 miles in an hour. A transfer rupees 500 to B on condition that she shall murder C. A transfer rupees 1500 to his niece if she will desert her husband. And option D, A transfer rupees 500 A to B on a condition that he shall execute a certain lease within the 3 months after A's death. Here correct answer is option D, that is A transfer rupees 500 A to B on a condition that he shall execute a certain lease within 3 months after A's death. Question number 140. Which of the following would be a valid transfer under the TPA? Options are A lets a farm to B on a condition that he shall walk 100 miles in an hour. A gives rupees 500 to B on condition that he shall marry A daughter C. A at the date of the transfer, C was dead. Option C, A transfer rupees 500 to B on a condition that she shall murder C. Option D, A transfer rupees 5000 to B on a condition that he shall marry with the consent of C, D and E. E dies, B marries with the consent of C and D. This will be the valid transfer. Option D is the right answer. Question number 141. A gives rupees 500 to B on a condition that B shall marries A daughter G. On the date of the transfer, G was dead. The transfer is void under which section of the TPA? Here correct answer is option A, that is section 25 of TPA. Question number 142. Which section embodies doctrine of Cyprus? Options are section 25, section 26, section 27, section 28. Correct answer is option B, that is section 26. Question number 143. A transfer rupees 5000 to his niece B if she will desert her husband. The transfer is void. Question number 144. In case of a transfer depending on a condition precedent, the transfer take place when the condition is partially fulfilled, strictly fulfilled, substantially fulfilled, wholly fulfilled. Here correct answer is option C, that is substantially fulfilled. Question number 145. Under the TPA 1882, A transfer rupees 5000 to B on a condition that he shall marry with the consent of C, D and E. E dies, B marries with the consent of C and D. Here transfer is valid. Option A is the right answer. Question number 146. X transfer rupees 5000 to Y on a condition that he shall marry with the consent of A, B, C. Y married without the consent of A, B and C but obtains their consent after the marriage. Y has fulfilled the condition, not fulfilled the condition, substantially complied with, none of the above. Here correct answer is option B, that is not fulfilled the condition. Question number 147. A transfer rupees 5000 to B on a condition that he shall marry with the consent of C, D and E. B marries without the consent of C, D and E. B obtains their consent after the marriage. Has B fulfilled the condition? No, B has not fulfilled the condition. So correct answer will be option B, no. Question number 148. Which one of the following statement is not correct? Options are A transfers a farm to B for her life and if she does not desert her husband to C. B is entitled to the farm during her life as if no condition had been insisted. Option B. A transfer rupees 50,000 to B on a condition that he shall marry with the consent of C, D and E. B marries without the consent of C, D and E but obtains their consent after marriage. The condition shall be deemed to be fulfilled as it has been substantially complied with. This is not the correct statement, therefore will be the right answer. Question number 149. provisions based on the doctrine of acceleration under TPA is? Correct answer is section 27. Doctrine of acceleration, section 27 TPA. Question number 150. A transfer rupees 5,000 to B on a condition that he shall execute a certain lease within 3 months after A's death, and if he should neglect to do so to C, B dies in A's lifetime. Which section of the Transfer Property Act shall apply in deciding the legal right of C? Options are section 29, section 26, section 25, section 27. Correct answer is option D, that is section 27 TPA.